You guys loved our First Amendment or Asshole series so much that we're back in the courtroom to bring you up to speed on all things First Amendment. A lot has happened since the last time we sat down with constitutional law professor Barry McDonald, but I can't wait to talk to you.
Oh no.
Barry, thank you so much for taking the time.
You have 20 minutes before security gets here, so...
Okay. So I hear that now you can picket soldiers' funerals with the intention of inflicting emotional distress. Can you tell us about that ruling?
Yeah, so this was the so-called Westboro Baptist Church that goes around picketing the funerals of fallen soldiers with signs like God hates fags and other, really offensive signs. Their idea is that God is killing soldiers in punishment for the U.S.'s tolerance of homosexuality, and particularly in the military. So they choose military funerals to picket.
Do members of the Westboro Baptist Church think that they're immortal somehow? Because it's like God ends up getting everybody in the end.
Yeah, not sure what they think.
Do Westboro Baptist Church people picket their own funerals?
I don't know, but it sounds like it'd be fair game.
Just bury them with a sign.
So the father, the grief-stricken father who's burying his son who was just killed, afterwards sued the church for showing up and picketing his son's funeral for intentional infliction of emotional distress as well as invasion of privacy. And the jury ended up awarding $5 million against the Westboro Baptist Church. And the Supreme Court reversed that and said that's punishing speech on matters of public concern. It may not be speech you like, but they are addressing sort of public issues. The First Amendment is designed to protect the discussion of public issues, the democratic discourse, even though this was sort of on the fringes. But it's still qualified, and who are we to draw lines? And so, therefore, the father wasn't able to succeed in his lawsuit.
It is ironic because I guess the church would have an argument to say, like, well, no, your dead son fought for our right to picket your dead son.
Absolutely.
What a country.
Yeah, I think the Supreme Court's decision was off the mark here because I think I don't think that the jury was punishing the Westboro Church for offensive content as much as it was punishing them for making a family's grief a media platform, a media zoo. They knew that the only way they could get media to cover whatever they did when they're picketing is by doing something outrageous. And here it was invading this family's privacy, and I think the court sort of missed the mark on that.
Was the cemetery a public cemetery? Was it a private cemetery? Does that change change it at all?
It wasn't. It was at the church services,
Okay.
And the court stressed that the picketers were 1,000 feet away, so it's not like so that the father could only see the top of the signs. But again, I think that misses the mark that they publicize this in advance that they're going to show up at this funeral, and I think it misses the mark that here you're burying your child. It's one of the saddest moments ever. Most devastating moments of a parent's life, and to know that some group is just exploiting this.
Say they did rule against the Westboro Baptist Church. Would that? I'm trying to imagine if there's any kind of like Pandora's box that could open up as far as...
I think it could open a Pandora's box in allowing juries in sort of these types of cases to punish people that they just don't like what they're saying. And there is a risk of that. We don't allow government to punish speech on the basis of offensiveness. And I think that's generally right. But I think that in a lot of cases, judges instruct juries as to what they can consider and what they can't. And I think if judges instructed juries saying, look, you can't make your award based on the offensiveness of the content, that's just not allowed. But if you think they've invaded privacy, to gain like this media exploitation, that's another thing. And so I think you can instruct juries to sort of cabin that risk.
That's definitely a conversation we should have as far as when First Amendment rights brush up against privacy rights.
Absolutely, and this case wouldn't even be a dispute in countries like Germany. A lot of European countries elevate personal dignity, and there's no question in my mind that if this case had been brought in Germany or many other European countries, they would have said, look, the personal dignity of the fallen soldier and his family is entitled to respect here. and we're going to weigh that over the free speech concerns. In this country, we give very little weight to personal dignity or privacy concerns, and we mainly elevate free speech in everything. And I'm not sure that's the proper balance to strike in all. In some cases, yes, but not in all cases.
Thank God there's no footage of me on my bachelor party when I was vomiting on the beach, because no dignity there. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed our video. If you have any questions about the First Amendment or free speech in general, let us know in the comments. And be sure to subscribe to our channel and make sure to click the little bell icon so you get notified anytime we release a new video.